between these two fighters.
Okay, I think we're ready to go, right?
185 middleweight, going to be fascinating going forward. Still sort of taking in the Melvin Manoff knockout of Hisaki Kato and where that puts him in the division.
Why don't you stand over here?
You know, immediately after the shocking loss that Brandon Halsey suffered, you had to wonder if Brandon Halsey frustrated with the weight cut and what's going through my mind. Maybe 185 isn't for me, but maybe, you know, time goes by and you think, you know what, 185 is for me and that's my belt. So, well, I like that Brandon Halsey's got a monster of a future. We just don't know at which division.
And it's a wide open division. There are a lot of names out there, but who's going to rise to the top? A lot of space for a new contender.
Okay. Okay, go out.
It really is a fascinating element to the Bellator roster now because 145 and 155. I woke up this morning in Mexico City. Okay, that's where I was today. When we complain about traffic in New York or in LA, you have no idea. Well, that's what 145 and 155 are starting to look like now. But for at the other divisions, all of a sudden there is great opportunity.
Exactly.
Fight Clock brought to you by Miller Lite, the original Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time. Hester's that's a big middleweight right there.
Both guys come out throwing legs. That's rare for guys with this build. That's the problem, throwing a lot of kicks. Not a lot of balance on one leg.
Rafael Carvalho middleweight.
Yeah, that's a guy with years and years of Muay Thai.
Right. It really, I mean, there's the psychology we're talking about. Like a lot of us, we're just thinking Brandon Halsey could go on a monster run. Yep. So all of a sudden, the idea of the different matchups you could have with Rafael Carvalho, you know, you can really, you're reshuffling the deck, and all of a sudden, a lot of intriguing possibilities.
There's an upside and a downside to a dominant champion. Having somebody in there mixes up a lot of new blood, a lot of interesting combinations now. Both these guys would like to be in that mix. That's exactly where Wasi does not want to be, is on his back. Hester, we talked about that physical square build. Great ground and pound.
Really tough to maneuver out of there against the fence.
I mean, I've seen world champions, black belts, outstanding jiu-jitsu get uncomfortable in this position in mixed martial arts when somebody's punching on you. It's not the same as tournament jiu-jitsu.
Wasi, that's an uncomfortable looking full guard. Yeah, his guard right
very
now.
True. He keeps opening to relieve the pressure. And that's what happens.
Easy
Open
escape.
a little too wide. Easy pass.
Brandon Hester likes that arm triangle. Maybe the direction he's headed.
Arm triangle, Kimura, Americana, strongman jiu-jitsu. It's basic, one of the first things you learn, but easy for a lot of guys to pick up. If you look at the positioning now, it's hard for Wasi to escape, to buck, because that fence is going to stop him.
Tell people what you mean when you say buck.
Like bridging, when he puts his feet up and he sells out and tries to really push Hester off him, he can only go in certain directions because that fence is going to stop him. Now he can't go to his left.
Long 2 minutes left for Idris Wasi. Yeah, you know, you saw that Americana look. You saw that look in his eyes 30 seconds ago.
The problem is doing that in half guard is very, very difficult. He can do it, maybe he can power it. But it's hard to finish in half guard.
You pointed out on the tail of the tape, there isn't this huge difference size-wise and reach-wise between these two.
No.
He's realizing it now that he needs to pass.
Needs to pass if his goal is a submission game. You got to get around the guard. If you want to ground and pound, hey, sit up there and just unload. But you have to decide which way you want to go.
Yeah, he looks halfway right now.
And Wasi himself, are you going for submissions? Are you trying to push him off and get space? Because he himself hasn't committed either to one strategy or the other.
The strategy right now is 42 seconds.
Yeah, holding on. Yeah. Ground fighting a lot of the times about commitment. Just which side do you want to go? Figure it out and go for it. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but this is the middle of the road. This is not where you want to be.
And we've seen that from both fighters, not surprising, very early in their careers. Indecision, impatience.
Yeah.
End of the round, Brandon Hester thinking option C here, ground and pound. We'll try a little of everything, see what works, and then head back out for round number 2. So what are you telling Brandon Hester in the corner?
Keep doing what you just did, but decide. You're going to pass and make this a submission game, or you're going to sit and really sit down in your punches and make this about ground and pound. You're doing pretty well at everything. Give me one or the other. Maybe we can get this guy out of here.
Okay? He's heavy. You got to keep him away. Use your quickness. You're a better athlete than him. You need to wake up right now, okay? Wake up. You're in a fight right now. You want to win this fight? Win it right now. Okay, you can knock him out, but you have to move. Use your ability. Listen to us in the corner, okay? He takes you down, you get up.
Let's go. Out.
Sound advice, too. Don't make it a battle of technique. Make it a battle of athleticism. You're not going to do that on your back on the ground.
It's always fascinating listening to the contrast when it was